All right. It's day 107. And I feel like I got a little bit of energy, like a little bit. Um I don't know if I anticipated. I guess I did. I had a 4 o'clock meeting and I was thinking like I kept going back and forth. Should I stream early? Should I stream late? But I kept reminding myself I want to play some supermarket simulator after this. So I kind of was postponing my meeting just knowing that I want to have a little bit of a longer stream today. Um, I think I got everything I need. Miss I Nerd. I'm good. I feel better today. I did feel like I needed a nap earlier, like really, I was feeling like really tired. But I think it wasn't really that I was tired. It really was that I needed to eat. And so after I ate, I felt so much better. So, and now I'm like, it's 5:30ish, and I'm still feeling good. So I was like, okay, I think that's what it was. So yeah, I'm feeling good actually. I was like, I want to have some extra time because I did work on, I didn't know stream remote play was a thing. I guess I didn't really have a reason to like ever try to use it. But I always get the notifications like because I have Steam installed on my MacBook and I have Steam on my PC, of course. So I always get the little pop-ups that's like, oh, your computer is available for streaming. So I was like, wait, that's basically been my solution for all my game streams now. No, this is how dare y'all come in here attacking me. This is not a 20-minute stream. But it got y'all off y'all feet, didn't it? It got y'all in here real quick. So I think like not okay, Miss Signer. See, it's not just me. Y'all would never come to do me like that in the first 5 minutes of the stream. That is absolutely crazy. But it's all good. I feel like I look like a radio host today. Have you ever done me dirty? Absolutely. Absolutely, without a doubt. You have done me dirty in multiple occasions. Um, it isn't like I will request hello world in a messed up language. Exactly. Yeah, it's not like that. Let me turn that off again. Hold on. How I do that? Dang. I keep forgetting to turn that thing off. That's crazy. I can't snooze this ad either, so. Oh, it's already on. That's crazy. It's telling me the ad starts in 50 seconds. I've been here for 35 seconds. Yeah, Twitch is funny. I'm gonna try to wait out the ads. For me, it says the ad starts in 36 seconds. So it's kind of weird because even though, excuse me, oh, I think pre-rolls might not, I don't know. Pre-rolls are supposed to be disabled and we should all be watching ads at the same time, but I don't. Oh, okay, yeah, it's coming up in 15 seconds. So, I'm gonna wait that out. Oh, dang, I feel attacked so early. It's so early. It's bright outside. Y'all can see people driving around my block. Somebody did a quick loop-de-loop. That's good though. See, that's why I was like, I needed some energy, man. It's been a lot going on. I've been struggling. Oh, I got my new planner together too. I'm excited. I'm really trying to wait on this ad. Here, let me respond to this message too before I get harassed. Almost over. Flexible. All right, we having fun today. It's Friday. We about to have fun. Luckily, I checked my junk mail. That's crazy. I do rely on email notifications for Twitch as well because nothing else works. But yeah, don't I look like a radio host? I feel like I look like I'm supposed to be on some like downtown we got this building in Detroit called the Penobscot. That's where it's a nice little radio studio in there. You got the email for hacking with the homies. Cool. I think Max sent an email out. I do want to preach it. I do want to talk to you about your presentation. So that we can we're working out the schedule and everything. But I will reach out to you. You knew I was saying it. Okay. Well, I will definitely talk to you. Or I can email. I'll email you because I have to send some stuff out to all the presenters. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm getting my life together. So I finally got a new planner. Anybody who was actually sitting here listening to me go on and on about planners at the end of the month, like I wanted this. I was telling you I wanted this smaller planner, and I got the size. I don't know if I'm gonna like it because the layouts, the one in this size that they make, they only make it in 2 layouts, maybe three, and they're all really basic. You can get vertical. You can get dashboard. I'm on the dashboard one right now. I had to get 2 due to I know Miss Seidner is probably the only one that heard this update yesterday. I had to get 2 excuse me, due to the timing, because one of these planners doesn't start until July. That's so funny. Why was I insisting on getting that one then? I could have just got this one. Anyways. So I have one that's January 2024 through December 2024. The other one is July 2024 through December 2025. They're on the same rings. I already put them on the same rings. One is vertical, one is dashboard. So this gives me a chance to try this out. I do think that size wise is perfect. This is the perfect size. So I'm gonna have to make it work. The only thing that I would like to do right now is I want some notebook pages, because like this is the regular size, which also y'all see I got this. I always keep 2 on one set, but this is the one that I've been using, y'all. And I really wish I had this. I really wish I had this. I don't know. I think they don't make them like that just because of the size of it. But I could get bigger rings. I don't care. Like, I don't care about it being like chunky. But at the very least, I need some dot grid pages. I don't even know if y'all can see the dots. Yeah. You can't even see the dots, but I keep dot grid paper in my planner. So that's the one thing I want right now. Like, if I can just get some notebook paper or some dot grid paper inside of here, then I will be good to go there. Right now I have these, and I could technically use these for whatever. They are wellness check-ins. Like, but this was the only paper packs that Joanne had when I went there. But on the back, they're just regular lines. Just regular lines on the back. So, I mean, yeah, they do say wellness check-in. They got like mind, body, spirit. But, I mean, I can honestly treat that as decoration. Like, I can do, I can actually use these as regular pages right now. So, and this was only like $2, this pack. I think it was like $2, $3. So I'm going to fill those in, but I do need some bigger rings. I don't know where my big rings are. I'll be looking around for some. The biggest size notebook, the biggest size planners they make is these. Not 105.1. I was thinking when I was younger, used to be 90 FM 98 WJLB. That's like I'm thinking like throwback. But yeah, this is huge. Like, I've had a planner this size. It's not. I was actually using it. Look, I had made my own layout last time I used this. So I literally did this, just broke it up into columns for every day. So yeah, this was my planner last year. This is awesome when you don't leave the house. This is like amazing when you don't leave the house. So this had a monthly. This is not a planner. This was a plans and notes, which is like a special edition. So it didn't have like I feel like it didn't have weekly pages. It had the month. It has like the first. All happy planners are like this. They have like a page at the beginning of the month. It has this. It has the full calendar like that. And then I think that's it. And then it had notebook paper. So when I was trying this version out, I filled out the months, and then I basically was trying out different layouts. Like here's a month that's full. I was actually using my planner. Like, I'm really proud of myself. Yeah, so I did this all last year. I literally did this every week. I would do this, put the hours, and then I've been planning that way. So this then that evolved into, I found the daily sheets. Let me see if this got any of my business on it. I found the daily sheets. I would show the one that's wrinkled and came out the book, but I never used these before. I literally never saw these before, and when I ran out of pages in my last planner, I went to look for a planner, and I found this one. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is a regular planner. The other one was a plans and notes, so it didn't have like a full planner. This is a regular planner, so it has like my monthly here. Then it should have, dang, January don't have one. Oh, maybe it does. Usually at the end of the month. Oh, I guess not, huh? Oh, well, anyways, this one had the daily sheets in there. I love these things. Like, if I could get these, I don't know why they don't make these for the smaller one, but that basically I was building out a column like for every single day, right? So then that's what I that's what I started using that for. It was like exactly the right hours in the day, because this is way too many check boxes for one day. If I was actually putting items on there like that, I think I would be overloaded, because I would be trying to do too many things at once. So I do like this layout. So worst case scenario, I mean, I have like I said, I have the vertical. I can do whatever I want to with the vertical. but the vertical doesn't start until July. So for now, starting in June, all I have is dashboard, and I'm gonna work with the dashboard. Once I get to July, I will have 2 planners. I will have dashboard side and I will have a vertical side. So I think by then I should be a little bit more prepared to work on that. And then if I really feel like I need to, I can make an adjustment. The good thing about disc bound planners is that you can literally like customize it however you want to. So the only thing is, like I said, I've used both of these planner layouts before, but I never really stuck with it. I think I would like this though. I'm noticing now, realistically, like time frame wise, I like to time block my day, but I'm always using my calendar for that. Like my Google Calendar, I'm always using my Google Calendar to time block. And like I said, I don't think I should have a task list every single day. Like this also has the really long task list in the dashboard. My bad, y'all. Because I can't see what I'm looking at. Hold on, let's do it this way. This is so much smarter. All right. Yeah. So see, it has the tasks list too, and it probably has the same number, but that task list belongs to the entire week. So I think honestly I might really end up liking the dashboard because I don't need to time block in my planner. I like time blocking on my calendar, but this way I can have like the main events, right? The main events that I have for the day. And then if it's any big tasks that I need to focus on particularly for each day, then I can just kind of have those written down. And then for time blocking, I'm just going to use my Google Calendar. Because like most of the times when I sit down to do like a long stream, and I have like specific work I have to finish, I usually have it laid out on my calendar. Like, okay, I'm going to spend 30 minutes on this. I'm going to spend an hour and a half on this, etc. So I think I'm going to try that. And then right now, my dashboard is going to be like a catch-all. Once I move to July, I'll have some space because I'll have verticals in July. And I think verticals will help me do a little bit more like program planning or like categorizing things. By the time July rolls around, I should be working on an actual tech program. Then I'll still have streams and like my own content. And then it's even possible that I'll have like a 9-to-5 by then, because that's what I'm shooting for. So then I actually used to use this one when I worked. I work, but I used to use this layout when I had a 9-to-5, a full-time job. And basically each section, like I would have a section for work, I would have a section for like personal, and then I would have a section for like, for example, like streams and content, stuff like that will probably end up in one bucket. It was basically like work. I probably did work, personal, and like my organizations. They had like, so Girl Develop It, DBT, Detroit Black Tech, Hacking with the Homies, anything like that will fall under one category. And then anything personal, dentist, I need to clean up the house, whatever, that kind of stuff will fall into one category. And then my 9-to-5 will fall into a category. Or 9-to-5, clients, content. That's what I'm thinking. So this, I'll have this to kind of like chunk out my day, because I need to have a content calendar for sure. And actually, okay, so anyways, I'm just kind of thinking out loud, but we shall see. We shall see. Okay, so I have been working on stuff. Love the planner. Thank you. Oh, you saw like I put the those two planners that I had, I put them on the same rings. In the happy planner community, we would call that a Franken planner, like Frankenstein. Franken planning. I'm one of these like people. And so I have it like, so you could just flip it. And those two planners are together. I'm going to get these are like regular size rings. The minis come on like really tiny rings like this. So you can see the size difference. These are standard rings. I'm going to get some extension rings, extender size. I have some, but I just don't know where they are. They're on another planner. I got so many happy planner rings, y'all. It's not even funny. I got some right here. Because I took both of those planners off of the rings. Now I have these rings. I just took the sheets out that were that already of the dates that already passed, because honestly, even though I can reuse these, this thing is already like full. This is full. This is 2 12-month planners on rings. That's not intended. It's not intended to be like that. So I do need to get some slightly extender size rings, because my paper can't even fit in there right now. And technically what I'll probably end up doing is I'm probably going to take out my pages for now. I'm going to take out my pages for 2025. Maybe I'll keep the monthlies in there, but I'll take the weeks out for 2025, and that will help out with the bulk, because I can always put them back on the rings later. So I'm working on that. But yeah, I've been working on some other stuff too, y'all, which is, let's see. And then Justice went to sleep like around 3 o'clock, I want to say. Like around 2:33. So it's going on 6 o'clock. I don't know what's gonna happen for the rest of the night with him. He might wake back up, but he might be down for a while. So okay, now let me see if I can do this. First of all, let's close stuff that I don't need open. I am about to work on some AI content, y'all. Like, not like right at this moment, but I'm about to work on some AI content. I've been going, well, first of all, I have to get my talk ready for Hacking with the Homies conference, and I always give a machine learning talk. I think I did Vertex AI. It wasn't Vertex back then. I did something on Google Cloud Platform back in 2020. No, it wasn't. I always do Google content. I just thought about that. I didn't do that one in 2020. I probably did that one in 2021. Maybe 2022, actually. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But I usually, one year I did the example from Google, the Google machine learning crash course. That was the first year. That was 2020 for sure. And then one year I did the something on the Google Cloud platform. I forgot what it's called now. This year I'm going to do something on Vertex AI, but one topic I watched about yesterday, y'all, let me see if I can share my right screen, because I have one of my screens unplugged because I'm going to use it for my PC today. What is this? How come this? Oh, he did post it. Okay. Let me get out of Slack. Hold on. You know when you open your computer and then you see notifications and you should just run, but you don't run. You start clicking on stuff. Phasing out old curriculum, production of new curriculum. Okay, so anyways, okay, so I just had to read an update in Slack. It's closed now. Let's go here, and I'm gonna show y'all. Let's see, YouTube. Excuse me, I apologize. Oh, sorry y'all. My coughing has been crazy. My allergies are not having it. History. Okay, let me see. Is this gonna be the right screen? Go here. This is gonna see. I ain't trying to scare nobody. I think that goes up there. All right. All right. I didn't want to scare y'all, so figured I would move a couple things. All right. We can go over here. Right? Yeah. Okay. So I didn't even get a chance to finish watching the one about BigQuery, but employee assistance with Vertex AI, I might do a demo of this. Or, okay, so here's what I was thinking. This is what my talk is going to be focused on for Hacking with the Homies. I wanted to do like 2 to 3 demos actually, because I believe that a lot of the tooling around AI and like applying some of this to like, you know, more for just like business use cases. There's a lot of things that you can really implement it without having to do too much development work in general, because of how the tooling is built on Google Cloud Platform right now. So instead of focusing on one example, I wanted to do like 2 to 3 like smaller examples just to show some use cases and how easy it is to demo. I want to probably demo something around LLMs. I want to demo something around chatbots, and then maybe I'll demo something around BigQuery. My thought process is like I'm trying to show 3 semi different like experiences, but common, but something that would be like a common use case. But also personally, I feel like I want to get into this like employee, like these employee assistant builders and chatbot builders that Google has. So this one, is, let's see if we can find it. This might not be the window I was watching in. If we go to Cloud Next and we go to fresh, I'm gonna try to find my yeah, here we go. Find my playlist. I cannot see this. What was it saying? I hear Justice. It's called Vertex AI Agent Builder. That's what it's called. I haven't watched this one. This is the actual demo. Okay, yeah, see, this one is the active demo. Okay, perfect. I'm watching this one today. The one I watched was more high level. It wasn't the actual demo. That's this one, build employee assistance. This one, they talked about the features and they did show the examples. They're really simple to configure. This is really, really, really cool. So I think this is like a good skill, especially for someone that's like, if you do freelance or you know, like own a small like development business or something like that, like work with small businesses and build tools out for them. This will be a really good one. This is a good skill set to have. I watched this already. I didn't watch it all the way through, like to the very, very end, but I watched most of it. At the end, they did a panel. So this is about how far. Oh, I was watching. Oh, actually, I did watch all of this. I didn't finish the BigQuery one. That's the one I need to finish watching. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking for my talks. I want to do something about something with the LLMs. I haven't decided which feature to demo there. And then I'm going to demo the agent builder, and I'm going to demo, look at this, always. Now, if I didn't want that to happen, it wouldn't. See, I want to do it. Okay. Anyways, okay, agent builder. Oh, I was thinking BigQuery has something called like continuous queries. That might be cool. I want to do like something that involves streaming data, but I don't know if it's going to be more complicated. But definitely something around BigQuery. Yesterday when I took my mom to the doctor yesterday, and so while I was there, that's where I was just watching. That's where I watched a bunch of these, and I was watching one of these today too. So I have a nice long list. My playlist is like 20 videos on there, 20 presentations, 21, something like that. And I'm not even done going through the list. I think you can see I only made it to the F's. So they had so much good content at Google Cloud Next, y'all. So I highly recommend looking at what they have. I think that y'all are gonna see it's warm outside and bugs are just a thing. I think that y'all are gonna see, I think I anticipate a shift towards more Google Cloud Platform users. I know like a lot of enterprises and stuff like that will already, use it, but because of all the tooling they're building, I think that that's gonna be a deciding factor. Oh, and by the way, in addition to all the AI tooling that that Google Cloud Platform is offering, they are offering like really huge amounts of credits for AI and ML businesses and blockchain startups. AI, ML, and blockchain startups. So, Google for startups. You can, like, the credits is like 200,000, 300,000, up to 200, 300,000, something like that. Cloud. They also have some AI focused like accelerators, but AI and Web3. Well, I said blockchain, but Web3. Up to 350,000 for AI first startups. So that's a decent amount of a training budget, especially if you don't need to build train a lot of this from scratch, which a lot of these use cases you don't need to do custom training. You need a GCP account, have a publicly available company site, use a company email domain that matches, found it within 5 years. I'm gonna be applying soon, but yeah, highly recommend. So I think in combination with between all the different features that they're trying to build, like they're really simplifying the process of implementing certain like ML use cases, all the way up to they have so many opportunities for custom training and things like that as well. So they're really like, I think their range is expansive as far as the type of companies that they're able to support on the platform specifically for AI. And then the newer companies that are coming into the space, they're like, hey, we got all these credits for you. They also have some accelerators, and we talked about this briefly on the TrainX podcast, I think last episode maybe. But they apparently also have a program where they are sponsoring nonprofits as well. So yeah, we shall see. I think y'all gonna see Google Cloud is definitely emerging. I think they did say in the keynote that they are the fastest growing cloud company right now, which makes sense. So let's watch this together, because I think this will give a very prime example of what I'm talking about. Where did I? Build and deploy generative AI agents. Yep. Okay. So I want to watch this one. Let's move it over. Turn it down like a lot so I won't blast y'all's ears. Do this. Wait, so I rerouted the audio, right? Reroute the audio. And desktop audio's there. So basically when I get done with this, then we can spend some time on supermarket simulator. All right. So So I'm going to, let me see, move that over there. I don't have a meeting. I don't have another window. Move this. Oh, I can't take that one. Okay. Oh, probably because that's the one I'm on. Leave that one. There's nothing on there. Okay. Now I can take this one. All right. Back there. All right, let me check on baby boy. We gonna watch this and then we can have Supermarket Simulator today. Okay. All right. Y'all ready to learn something? We need to exercise our brain muscles. All right.
All right. Welcome, everyone. This is the last session of the day before the concert and the evening activities, so I appreciate you choosing to attend this one.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to do my
And
Women
hopefully
Tech
make it
Makers
interesting enough for
application.
you. So,
I think as much as I be,
just as introduction, so I'm
I think as much as I am advocating for freaking Google services and education tools, I definitely need to do my Women Tech Makers application this year. Let's see. All right.
Kiran Bellari, product manager for agents, which you probably heard about in other sessions. I also have with me my colleague, Julia Wiesinger, who's going to be also product manager on Vertex. And there's nothing better than hearing about the product from customers who are actually using it. So we've
Oh, shoot. My bad.
from IHG and Alex McGillis from Rocket Mortgage to also talk about this. So agents is a hot topic in the
They brought
industry,
it to
as
Detroit
you probably
so
heard
quick.
from
Okay.
session. So what we're going to cover in this session is provide you an overview of agents and then also show you a demo of how to build an agent rapidly. And then we'll go through a few agents that we've already built. Julia is going to walk through the data science agent, and then there'll be a couple of other agent efforts that have been built by not just us, but by our customers as well. So you're probably familiar with this. This is the Vertex AI, the three-tier architecture stack, and where agents and agent console lives is in the upper tier. And basically, it provides a set of enables developers or customers to essentially build agents along with other services that we offer in this layer, including, for example, for search, retrieval, summarization, grounding services. What is an agent? So think of it, an agent as an application that orchestrates conversations as well as transactions and also instructs the LLM, and it's powered by natural language prompts. So this has several advantages over incumbent bot development technologies that have existed in the past. For one, it's simpler because you're using natural language instructions versus code. It's also faster because you don't need to define state machines, you don't need to do intent training. In cases, it also supports robust conversation handling, and it integrates with the various enterprise apps. So this has several advantages, which has actually democratized bot development. Specifically, what it does is 5 things. One is it preserves the conversation context. It also connects to various tools, and we define tools fairly broadly. It can connect to, for example, a RAG vector store. It can also connect to several enterprise applications that you might have. It could be Google's 1P services. It could be external 3P services that you work with to fulfill transactions or to run queries. It also summarizes and grounds the responses that are coming from these tools. And it also plays a role in terms of routing between different agents. So what this means is you can have an architecture where you have a steering agent and several specialist agents, and you can kind of route the conversation between these. So it's a pretty powerful concept that allows you to kind of scale and expand the use of these agents. Finally, it does reasoning. So you can basically it supports reasoning for complex prompts that you might have, like placing orders, making bookings, etc. We have agent builder products for different kinds of customers and users. So we have a no-code agent console that I'm going to show later on in a demo. But we also have a code-first stack in terms of you can use some of the pre-built components and applications and basically use the managed LangChain orchestration framework to kind of customize and build your own agents as well. So both options are available to you. So if we look at, we looked at across all our customers, there are essentially 4 types of agents that are being used to address a plethora of use cases. And this spans across multiple functions within the company, as well as multiple industry verticals. So the first one is customer agents, right? So these are customer-facing agents that are used for either support use cases, B2C, it could be B2B as well. Travel is a good example of this, and Josh is going to spend some time talking about this as well. There are also employee agents, which are used for a variety of different functional roles, whether it's assistants, whether it's HR, sales, accounts payables, supply chain. There's a slew of other functions that we've seen this being used for. And then finally, there's knowledge agents that is used for any kind of specialized knowledge worker. Here, the intent is basically to get access to information that might be buried in your document repositories or corpuses. And then, of course, we have voice agents as well that are being used in contact centers and also for other specialized use cases. Think of point of sale of a food ordering in drive-thrus. And actually, at the last Next, we had done an announcement on this as well. It's also being used in automobiles to kind of help navigate drivers. So as you can see, there's a whole bunch, and I'm sure you have all kinds of other use cases within your company that you can think of productionizing these agents on. OK, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the evolution of Agent Console and roadmap. So our journey started way before generative AI. And since 2019, we've had a pretty robust platform called Dialogflow, which some of you might be familiar with, which has been used for a variety of, it's being used by hundreds of customers and for production workloads. It was based on intents, webhooks, and flows. And what we did was, with the emergence of generative AI in 2023, last year, we added support for generative agents. We also added features to the flows within Dialogflow, generative features. And then we also support hybrid agents, which may be a combination of flows and agents that kind of orchestrate the conversation. So that was 2023. Over the last 6 months, we've made further enhancements to these agents. So for example, the no-code console that we just announced at this Next was an outcome of the work that we did over the last 6 months. These agents now also support, these are multilingual, so you can have users that ask questions in any language and it'll respond in the language of their choice, in the language that they're using. It supports Gemini, our latest large language model, and it supports a variety of different tools, both Vertex 1P extensions, function calls, as well as third-party tools that you might have. So that's what we've done, and then it also supports various RAG workflows on the back end. So going forward, what we're looking at is one is providing more support for custom models that you might have, may have customized or tuned over on Vertex. Also supporting various voice features, and then finally supporting multimodal capabilities where you can upload an image and basically use that in the conversation. So that's our roadmap. Having said that, so the last thing I want to cover is the Agent Console provides an end-to-end agent lifecycle management. So this covers the entire agent developer journey, and you can see the 6 steps that are part of the journey, all the way from defining the agent architecture and the tools, all the way to defining goals and instructions, running simulations. So we have a simulator. Also being able to add and curate examples. So this is a pretty important part of the overall agent development journey, because with the examples, the agents get more specific, and they're able to you're able to improve the quality of these agents, and I'll show you how. And then finally, after you deploy these, we also log the conversations in production and allow you to monitor, analyze these conversations, and then basically use them for further either tuning or for example creation. So let's do this. So let's jump into the demo. One of the things is, doing these live demos at Next are always stressful, but there's one thing that stresses me out even more is getting my car fixed. So it just happened last week, and my car had a breakdown, and I said, let's build an agent to try and fix my car. So that's what I'm going to show. All right, so hopefully you can see the demo screen. Yeah. So let me clear this a bit. And so what you're seeing is the basic agent console interface. As you can see, you can use a variety of different models. In this case, I'm going to use Gemini Pro. And hold on, give me 1 second. I need to pull up something. So just to speed up this demo, because I do have 3 other presenters, I'm going to basically just copy and paste the prompt so we don't lose much time typing. So as you can see, so this is the simulator. This is where you feed instructions, and right now it's an empty agent. So what I'm going to do is start a conversation. It is hooked up to the model, but there are no tools. There's no instructions to this. And so I'm going to ask a question like, what do you know about car repair? And I don't expect much because it doesn't know who it is. And so it says I don't have any information about car repair. So now I'm going to go ahead and add give it a goal, right? So I say you are an expert car mechanic who knows how to diagnose and fix cars. And then I'm going to add a couple of instructions. So one thing about these instructions is they can you can make them fairly intricate. So this is a pretty simple instruction. It says greet the user and then answer questions about cars and car issues to the best of your ability. But you can have sequential steps that you specify in the instructions. You can put a little bit of conditional logic so that it kind of evaluates and it takes the right action depending on the logic you've specified in these instructions. So let me save this. I'm going to refresh the conversation in the simulator, and then I'm going to ask the same question again. And so this time around, hopefully it's gotten a little smarter and it knows what it does. And it says, I know a lot about car repair and I can help you fix problems. So now it's aware of who the agent is. So now I'll ask a very generic question like, I was having issues with my Tesla battery. So I'm asking a question like, how many miles does a fully charged battery for a Tesla 2019 Tesla 3 give? And hold on, let me try again. So this time it didn't work, but what it should do is it should use the world knowledge to basically respond to this. And give you the accurate miles that it has. So what I'm going to do is, let me ask another question about where do I get this fixed? So I asked something like, the battery doesn't charge fully, so where in San Francisco can I get this fixed? And it doesn't know, it doesn't have any real-time information. So what I'm going to do is hook up a tool to it. So what a tool is basically and let me show you what this tool looks like. So it's an open API spec that you can basically copy and paste. It provides a description of what this tool does, and this gives the information to the agent so it knows exactly when to invoke it. And so over here, I'm going to add this tool, and I'll add an instruction that says something like, yeah, I can just type this out. You can also use $, and so I'm invoking this tool to help you. Okay. So now that I've saved it, let me try this question again. And I think the first time it won't go through because there is a bug that we're actively fixing, which I just discovered yesterday about this, but let's see how it works. Yeah, so I'm going to ask the same question again. Yeah, so this time what it did was it basically reached out to the tool, it queried the tool, and as you can see in the simulator, you see a lot of detailed information. about the actual query, the response you got. So you can use this to kind of debug if there are issues either with the tool API spec or if there are issues within the, the prompt that it's getting. And so it's basically given me a few options. So one of the things I can do at this point is save it as an example, because as I said earlier, examples are important to kind of help the agent with respect to answering questions. But there's one other cool feature in here. So within the example, it allows me to correct these examples or add more features. Like over here, I can make the agent response more creative or make it shorter. So I can kind of customize this. So I'm going to try and customize this response and say something like display this listing in a bullet point format. And what it's doing is now it's kind of reformatting this, right? So this is how you build examples to kind of tailor the response of the agent in how you want it. So here I've kind of fixed the formatting. You might be able to get additional information from the tool as well and display it. So you can kind of set up your example so that it answers correctly. So what I'm going to do now is, let me just clean up this example before I save it. So and I'll get rid of these prompts because these were just to help clean up the example. So now this is a clean example I have. I'm going to give it a name. Let's call it Tesla Repair Shop Lookup. All right, so now I have this example saved, and it's going to be triggered. So this was the previous example, legacy example that I used, which I had disabled. So now, now that I've saved this, let's go back to the agent. And I'm going to ask a completely different car. I've been having issues with my other car, so I'm going to ask a different question. And hopefully it should have learned from this example. So I'm going to say I have a Prius, and it has a creaking sound in its chassis. So, and I'm going to give it a different place as well. So I'm going to say Los Angeles this time. And this time, it got a little smarter because with the example now, it's querying the right tool at the right point, and it's also retrieving the right answer in the right format for other questions as well. So this is how you incrementally basically train the bot to basically provide better quality responses. All right, so let me do this. So let me switch back to the presentation, and I'm going to invite Julia, and she's going to show you a data science agent that we've built.
Thank you. Awesome. Hello and welcome. So really excited to show you a little bit more depth as to what you can do. Kieran did a great job of outlining kind of the early way to start with an agent and how you start building and iterating on those agents. And as we think about that, we also want to start to build out specific use cases that we see a lot of our customers asking about where we can potentially really provide some value for you all. And one of those areas specifically is the data science world. We've seen how there are many, many knowledge workers out there. So about 1 billion or so of knowledge workers and low-code domain experts that want to unlock the power of data analysis and visualization. These are folks that classically and historically have not been able to code and have relied on data analysts for SQL queries and for other things in order to actually get the information that they need for their jobs. And so one of the things that we've been looking at is actually how can we take essentially an agent and actually templatize that from a data science perspective and give you something that you can put into your organization where it is most useful to you. And so I'm not as brave as Kieran is, and I have to also be honest that this is the second Next where we've had a little bit of issues with Wi-Fi, and when you're relying on more complex prompts, I will be using a video in this case, but we did do this live this morning, and I'll walk you through a little bit more details around, around this video. So let's see. Oh. get this to play.
Wait, so I went in the I went back there and I was wondering what Justice was doing. When I tell you he is dancing so hard. Ooh wee. He is watching Yo Gabba Gabba. Oh boy. All right, let me see. I felt like there wasn't the sound had went out.
Nope.
He having a
Can
ball.
you
He
give me
was
control to the
literally
mouse?
he was dancing to one of the songs. I'm like, oh, let me leave you alone then.
Nope. I thought I was being safe using a video, but you know, you live and you learn. It is what it is.
They stressing me out with these demos. Oh God.
Go to the next slide.
This is what happens when you are
There we go.
running the conference.
All right, now we've got it rolling here. All right, so I am going to see if I can pause this here along the way. Oop.
This is why we have to do run-throughs.
All right, I'm going to hit pause here, or is it already? It's already working on the next one. Let's see. This was working earlier, I promise. I did actually test it. All right, I'll walk you through the video as it's going. Essentially, the use case here is that we have a new foundation product that we've essentially come to the market with, and we've done an analysis with about 1,000 users that are essentially giving us feedback on the product. We've uploaded a data set. We've given it the key question and answers that it can respond with. And then we've essentially started by asking it, what are all the different analysis options that we have here that we can do? And it told us a long list of those things. And then we actually went into and asked it for a correlation analysis. That was the very first video or the very first thing that you see here. And it gave us some insights on the different correlations between those different questions that we asked to understand what are the things that are kind of most useful and most interesting and drive the user's behavior and drive the buying patterns and recommendations from what we should do with that. From there, we actually went in and asked it to generate overall trends and visualizations. So we didn't just go from code and correlation analysis. We actually asked it for each of the 10 questions, can you give us an overview of the distribution? And I would love to pause there and show you a little bit more about that. But essentially, we asked it, we looked at those different visuals and looked to understand the different trends that are happening there in the data set. And then, in this next example, we essentially told the model, hey, what are other types of things that we can do with this? And specifically, we'd like to understand a little bit more about what influences the performance specifically. Like what are the key kind of aspects that are important to the user in making a repurchasing decision. And for that, we actually had to, first off, it identified that there's missing values in the data set. So there's 1,000 kind of responses, and there's several missing values. And we first asked it here to look at those missing values, to deal with them, and then to do imputation. So it actually edits the data set on the fly. As you can see here, updates that data set in its backend, and essentially, and so that we can then ask it to do the next step, which is a regression analysis, which it told us to do in the beginning. So we essentially are setting this up to ask the agent, what should we do first, and then asking it to take those steps kind of with us on this specific journey. And as you can see, as the last step here, we've actually asked it to proceed with the regression analysis, and it's going to go back into the system and actually look at that data set, access the right libraries from a code perspective, and then actually perform that regression analysis on the data set so we can understand what are the coefficients and the factors that are most likely to influence a repurchase decision. And then not only does it do that and provide us the code, so if we do want to jump into the code, we can understand the code, it also gives us recommendations and it summarizes that in natural language for us to understand. And that's the beauty here. You're putting together an agent that is planning on the one side, executing and generating code on the other side, and then summarizing that code, the outcomes based on that specific data set. So this is where it starts to get really powerful, and we're starting to put those pieces together so that you can start actually testing this and using this within the platform so that we can bring data analysis to those 1 billion knowledge workers and low-code domain experts on a daily basis. This feature is still in private preview, so if you are interested, please do feel free to follow up, and there is a link to the form here. With that, I get to apologize that we had such issues with the demo here, but hand it off to Josh from IHG to share a little bit more about his experiences using the Vertex Agent Builder.
Hey everyone, so first of all, how many of you have heard of IHG Hotels and Resorts? Okay, that's most of you, but you've definitely heard of our brands. We have 19 brands, 6,300 plus hotels, over 100 countries, Kimpton, Holiday Inn, Intercontinental, and we're an 80-year-old company. We're not a technology company. We are a hospitality company. And one thing about hospitality is we don't roll things out till they're perfect. Could you imagine staying in a hotel that didn't have air conditioning or elevators that worked? We can't. So we have a culture that really values excellence and perfection in service that we deploy to our guests, but we're working in a technology world that can't run like that. So we're actually going through at IHG a cultural change at the same time we're going through a technology change. And we're taking advantage of all of these things and working with Google to use generative AI to be a partner in travel planning. And we use the word partner really, really deliberately because our brand is all about true hospitality for good. And we really take that true and good part very, very seriously. So if our customers don't feel like we're partnering with them, like they can trust us, like we are protecting them, their physical safety as well as their data safety, we're not going to build that relationship and we're not going to be successful. So it really is about partnership. And at the end of it all, we really are about making travel dreams come true. And so how do we harness Gen AI to really help our customers make those dreams come true? And obviously that benefits the bottom line too. Because we're not only competing with other hotels or other places to stay, we're competing with any type of discretionary spend, any investment that someone might make in themselves or their families or their experiences. And we believe that travel is one of the most valuable investments that people can make in themselves and in experiences. So how do we help those dreams come true? Well, we built on a foundation of a lot of years of work with actually a lot of Google products, right? We call it Explore, and it's basically optimized search pages that help you when you Google any topic, like pet-friendly hotels in Boston. You'll probably get lots of Kimptons because they will let you bring any pet as long as it fits through the door. That is literally their policy. People have tested that. So you bring your pet to a Kimpton, you Google that, you might Google food, hotels in great food cities in San Francisco or wherever you want to go, and the content is all optimized for that. And we definitely see results from that, but it's still search. It's not really discovery. Now, we relaunched our mobile app in 2022 and saw immediately 30 to 40% growth in all of the key metrics because we really designed that app to be a machine about driving bookings and conversions. And it does a great job of that. But it does that for people that kind of know where they want to go. They know when they want to go. And it's very, very structured to optimize for people that have that intent. We built wish lists to help them sort of save hotels and discover new places, maps with interactive content that you can zoom in and out and see where the hotels are, and even a rate calendar so that when you're looking for, rewards inventory or a specific corporate rate, you can quickly look at all the dates when that's available. These features are sticky and engaging, but they don't get to the heart of what's changed because people are shifting. They really want to be inspired with travel. And so the question we were answering was, how do we engage people? How do we really start to become part of the dreaming phase, not just the phase when they already know what they want to do or where they want to go? So that's what led us to a Gen AI travel planner. Now, part of the reason we picked this was also we knew we had to be bold. We're using Gen AI in a lot of internal use cases, revenue optimization, building energy management, and literally hundreds more places in hospitality where Gen AI already does or can add value. But we picked this one because it's kind of bold, it's kind of in your face, and it would galvanize us as a company to really commit to what was most important. So coming soon to a mobile app near you. And I want to reinforce, it's all about choice. So customers will choose whether or not and when they want to engage with our AI travel planner. That's up to them. That's part of them having choice and control. Google, we already migrated over to BigQuery, so we had our data in a good place. It was really natural to build upon that. And like Kieran showed us, Vertex AI is easy. Like even an executive could probably do that, right? I mean, I'm not saying that they should or we should, but we could. And so that accessibility and democratization of access is a tremendously valuable thing because obviously our product teams can start to engage in ways that previously only development teams could do. And then that frees them up to do so much more. So we're building on the right foundation. So that's our Gen AI travel planner coming soon, and we're really happy to leverage a lot of these tools. Thanks. And I'm going to turn it over to Alex from Rocket Mortgage to tell you about what they're up to. Left it right there.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to try to use the stage more. Anyway, hi, everyone. I'm Alex. By the way, I'm a big Kimpton fan. We met virtually when we were doing this, and then I went on your app, and I played around with it, and I actually booked something, so it worked. Alpa, by the way, my leader is here, so vacation time coming. But anyway, I'm here for a couple of reasons. So first, this journey really started 8 months ago at Next. I don't know if any of you remember the keynote there, but they did this DMV demo, and there was an agent, and they searched, and I messaged our reps and said, how do we do this, and how do we get access right now? And I always like to tell people, I'm unapologetically high maintenance, but a great partner. And so when you build that reputation, sometimes you get things quickly. So the cool part about that was when we got what was Playbooks, which is now turned agents, it really is that simple. It allows you to play. It allows you to go in and figure things out without really causing harm. It allows you to learn. And so when I was coming here to talk, it was about internal. And 3 months ago, 6 months ago, my job was focused on internal things. How do we help our team members answer questions? I don't know any of you if you've gone through the mortgage process. We try to make it as simple as humanly possible, but there's some things that just aren't. And so when you start looking at that, you say, how do I make things simple? How do I help solve people's problems so we can help our clients? And then just recently I moved over to the consumer side, and you look at those same problems and you say, well, how do I help our team members answer questions? How do I help our clients get answers to questions? And so I look at this as the problem, and you may say, what does this look like? So does anybody have an idea? What do you see when you see this? You gotta really think. I know it's the end of the day. Shapes that don't fit. Anybody else? Yeah, there's a frowny face. So I like that description. But I see two things. You look at these two triangles here, and I see scale. I see here on that left this is what we have, and this is where we're trying to go. I also see expectations. And what I mean by expectations is nowadays our team members, our clients, you used to be able to just pick up the phone and call, and so that's what you were trying to focus on. But now you have email, you have phone, you have chat, you have bots, and so we're expected to deliver internally and externally in all of those different ways with the same number of resources, with higher expectations. And so the question becomes, how do you scale? How do you meet expectations when you're here and everyone is talking about how you get there? There's an next problem. Right hand, left hand. How many of you guys have really experienced this problem? You think you have done the best job rolling something out. You have communicated, you have done this, and then all of a sudden the feedback starts rolling in that whatever you put in the digital world and whatever the team members got messaged didn't match. And so you start getting this whole thing of, well, I communicated this out. I solved the problem for our clients, and then I tried to solve the problem for our team members, and you get this whole thing where you just go like this. And so that is a really fun problem to solve. I think it's one we've all focused on. So when you think about these two problems, scale, when you think about, I'll call it consistency with this right hand and left hand, you go, how do you actually go to solve it? And rather than demoing or doing things, we've all seen a ton of things. We have an ism at Rocket that says simplicity is genius. And so I put it to two math problems, although maybe the bottom one is not super simple, but it gets the point. The first one, like we talked about, is scale. And when I think about output and input, value and cost, when we are trying to solve the problems for our team members and we're trying to solve for our clients, in most days today, you go and you say, hey, you got two different groups and you're solving it. But with Gen AI now, you can have one set of information, one set of knowledge that can spread across both. So instead of having to have multiple engineering teams, instead of having to have multiple process teams, you all of a sudden can say, this information is the same. We are solving the same problems and the same goals. The difference is, what's the tone or the output that I have to solve? And that is a much smaller problem to solve than scaling with people trying to solve problems. Very loud plane. The next one is consistency. And again, when I talked about left hand and right hand talking to each other, it's a really important thing, because if you're not talking to each other, that's complaints. In the mortgage space, we're all about building trust, right? If you're about to make the biggest financial decision in your life, don't you want to trust? Don't you want to know that when I go to your website, when I talk to the person, every single time I'm getting the same type of thing? That is super, super important. So this is where I bring the solution, and this is where I really believe where Vertex ties together. And when you look at it like that, and you put it like this, you still have your independent thoughts. You still have your goals of the business and your team members and phone and chat. But now you have one spot where they can all live, and you can customize it based on the tone, based on the solutions that each person is looking for. And so when I looked at this, I was like, yes, this is simple, but it does make me happy. Because at the end of the day, sometimes we talk a lot about innovation, and innovation isn't always reinventing the wheel. It's actually putting two things that didn't exist together back together. And so that's the problems we're really trying to solve, and that's how you can really scale and say, I don't have to think about things totally separate anymore. I don't have to think about our digital experience and our team member experience as being just digital. I think about our team member experience and our client experience as one source of truth, one spot where you can look at things, and that's where AI and Vertex makes it easy. That's where you can scale, because I don't have to have 100 engineers. I can put my best engineers on the right things. I can have our knowledge experts really be the knowledge experts and put in the right content and the right information. And that's what's exciting to me. I don't know if you can tell, I'm getting excited.
Yeah, he is wiring
So yeah,
himself up.
when I think about this, when you think about scale, when you think about consistency, that's how you make two weird triangles and this lovely frown turn into a smile. So we got 30 seconds left, right on time. With that, Kieran, I'm going to give it back to you. If anybody has questions, let me know.
Very,
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't got the word that I want to use to describe it. Not motivational,
All right, so
but
I just wanted to wrap up the session. Just
inspirational.
a couple of announcements. So one is there is a hackathon that's kicking off tomorrow, and there'll be an on-site session as well.
Now through June 3rd. Let's just take a little screen. See, man, that's why you gotta watch. I wouldn't have even known about this.
There's serious prize money involved, 20K in cash, 10K in Google Cloud credits. So definitely encourage you to kind of use this hackathon as an opportunity to launch your project. I think it's an 8-week hackathon, and you'll get support through it. There's more details on this scan code. So that's one.
Google.gold / what was it? Agent hack. Agent hack. Oh, a knowledge bot. That's what I want to build. It's like I was already gonna build something like that, but a knowledge bot skills up or educates a persona that you specify. A lifestyle bot improves health, wellness, accessibility, and inclusion, just for fun, quiz, game, social. A productivity booster increases individual or workplace productivity. And then a customer facing bot helps customers in any industry. Please specify the industry in your submission. Then there's a resource tab. Let's check that out. So they have a grand prize, and then they have category prize. Persistent programmer. What does that even mean? Honorable mention. Best of productivity booster, best of knowledge, lifestyle. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put this in Slack. I mean, fucking Slack. I'm gonna put this in Discord. I don't know why I said Slack. I'm so used to Slack, like just saying Slack, but I didn't mean to say that. I'm putting the AIML channel though, because where is it? You can't. Okay, here we go. put that there. What else? All right. Is there anything else? They said they had some more notes.
Also, if you're ready to build, scan this code as well, and we can give you some special offers as well as personalized guidance from some of our experts as you go through this journey. So because we want to get you into production as soon as we can, and as soon as you can. And then finally, there are some other sessions that I encourage you to go check out. If you missed them, you can go check out the recordings. Those might be helpful as well, both in conversational AI and as well as on the general topic of agents. And then finally, your feedback is appreciated. So if you can fill that out, that would be great as well.
Oh.
All right, thanks.
Okay. That was really good, actually. That was really good. I mean, the demos were like, obviously a little bit quirky, but yeah, so I really like my brain is definitely circling or cycling around just thinking about this like agents, like being competent at building agents. This is definitely a different experience than excuse me. For a second, a lot of people wanted chatbots, and even with the chatbots are not like, they're not really I don't know, they were kind of basic essentially, which now we have this, and I think Google is they're really cool for building out, basically taking something that's such a complicated process and really being able to provide like a no code, low code experience of that is, yeah. So it's funny because I'm like, you have people saying like, oh, we're, they'll say like software engineers won't have a job because AI can code. And it's like, first of all, AI cannot really code that good. That's first. I would say this, yes, maybe AI can code, but I do not think AI can build software. So yes, AI can contribute to software, but anybody that's actually been like a full-time software engineer on any like product at scale can say like it's such a complicated process. Like, yeah, small development tasks, okay, cool, but you're not about to tell Gemini to literally build a whole product from the ground up. That's just not gonna happen. And even if you did, that would be like one of the weirdest things that I could ever like expect somebody to do, just because you don't know what's good. Like, you just don't know what the AI, like, you don't know enough of what the AI is going to make to really be letting it build everything without any type of human oversight. So that's just my thoughts on the matter. So, I mean, you can take that with a grain of salt. But as I was watching this example, I was also thinking about the fact that not only is software just complicated in general, but so to me, I see, which I've been pretty much preaching this for like 5-6 years now, like as software engineers, machine learning needs to become a part of our tool set, just like any other frameworks or libraries. I was wondering if Like, are we making software? Is software engineering actually getting more complicated, right? Because yeah, certain jobs, certain aspects of coding can be done by AI, but in reality, all you're really seeing is that the software engineering is starting to go more into, is going into the more low level tools that that makes this all possible, right? Like somebody had to, like there are engineers on the who actually develop those services. And while some people's jobs will get simpler, I feel like some people's jobs are getting more difficult. So that could be an interesting thing to be aware of and keep an eye on. I was going to show y'all this real quick. We did get a new website, so I hadn't refreshed this page. Hacking with the Homies has the updated website for this year with all the info, and we're starting to get speakers scheduled out and things like that. So this is like constantly being updated as we are marching towards our next event, which is going to be on May 11th. So I just want to let y'all know that hackwiththehomies.org. Now what I'm trying to do next is I need to open Steam on my computer. Close this. All right. Library. Oh, I was okay, Mr. Friend. I'm like, I didn't see that other message at first because I was only looking at this other chat window. What am I trying to do in my life? Okay, I did open this. I only did this streaming thing once, and it was just as a example for myself. So here's the game, and I can click stream from here. So let's see if this is gonna work. Oh, it's not. The window's not up. That's why. Okay. I broke it. I really feel like I broke it though. Oh, there you go. Miss Steiner. Look, okay, I'm gonna have to stretch. I'm gonna have to really like get my mind right. Okay, so I am gonna swap the streams. So bear with me, y'all, while I swap the stream really quick. And I will be right back. Oh, and if you're on YouTube, we're going over to MetaDev Girl versus